Guys, in this video, Femi Fani Kayode blasted APC 7 years ago and called them demons. He even tagged them desperate for power. As at 7 years ago, Femi Fani Kayode accorded so much respect to Obasanjo. Please watch.
Credible pieces of information at our disposal indicate that Tinubu has perfected plans to come to power through the back door. Senator Tinubu, according to our information, has compelled Professor Obasanjo to swear to an oath that after 6 months in office, he would resign as the vice president in the unlikely event that their party wins. The wicked plot, as laid out by them, is to force Professor Obasanjo to resign for Senator Tinubu to be nominated by General Buhari as his replacement. Senator Tinubu, who is desperate to be president for his own selfish reasons, will simply bide his time in the evil expectation that General Buhari will not be able to go the whole hog.
These people are desperate for power. They have brought religion into politics, they have brought ethnicity into politics, division, strife, and so on and so forth. And all they do is sit there and pass judgment on other people morning, day, and night. Our objectives. After we have defeated Buhari and those that support Buhari, we will now go back to President Obasanjo and appeal to him and beg him to come and join us again and to give us the counsel and advice that I believe we so badly. We need to move this country forward, and we need to ensure that the demons in APC do not take power.
But now the story has changed. No wonder Obasanjo said, just give Femi Fani Kayode food, he will even sing for you. Meaning Femi Fani Kayode only knows food. He's anywhere belle face. Because the same Femi Fani Kayode that was insulting Tinubu and APC government then is the same Femi Fani Kayode that is singing their praise now. Just listen to the way he dragged Peter Obi and Atiku like I passed my neighbor generator. Guys, you need to watch this video to the end. Please watch.
If the PDP has a presidential candidate who not only betrayed the cause of the South in his party, he also insisted on not just being presidential candidate, but also insisted on having a national chairman from the North, having a DG of his presidential campaign from the North. That is the PDP of today, not the national party of before, but a regional party that simply wants to serve the interests of one part of the country at the expense of another. And that's why they're having so many difficulties. This is a party that once had Peter Obi as its running mate in 2019. And the same Peter Obi left and has now gone to the Labour Party, giving them major problems in the Southeast, which is his constituency. Those votes will be taken from the PDP, the South, maybe a few votes in Lagos State. But the PDP has cracked. It has exploded. It's not going anywhere. It's a knocked engine, and the leadership is a leadership of disaster. As for the Labour Party, well, I doubt they'll get 25% anywhere in the South. I doubt that even in the Southeast he'll get up to 25% in any of the states. But even assuming he does, he certainly won't get 25% in the South, in the Southwest, in any of the states there, including Lagos. He might in Lagos, but I doubt it. I doubt he'll get 25% in the South states. I doubt he'll get up to anywhere near 10% in any. They're hoping for Plateau and Benue. I can assure you they'll probably only get about 10%, 20% in each. They will not get up to 5% in any other North Central state. They will not get up to 2% of votes in the core northern states. That's the Northeast and the Northwest. So where Obi is hoping to get votes for, I don't know. Where Atiku is hoping to get votes for, I don't know. What they're hoping and praying for and consistently say is that at the end of the day, their victory will be determined by one thing and one thing alone. And that is if the Northwestern governors betray Tinubu and then say that they're going to support him instead. Well, that's never going to happen because the Northwestern governors are men of integrity. The people of the Northwest are people of integrity. They have rejected the idea of a Fulani to Fulani succession. After 8 years of Fulani man in power, you put another Fulani in power for another 8 years. That would be a dangerous thing for our country and for our people, including for the Fulani themselves. And they know this, and they have rejected that idea, and they will support a national candidate, a man that believes in Nigeria, that will protect the interests of the Fulani, the Hausa, the South, the North, the Christian, and the Muslim. And that is why we have a far better chance than anybody else. So the only place they're big is on abusing people, casting aspersions on the character of our candidate on social media, and making false claims and allegations. They're very good at that. They're very good at lying. They're very good at being deceitful. Atiku is a man that betrayed Obasanjo when we were in power. I had to attempt to walk him out of cabinet meetings on 2 separate occasions because of his betrayal of Obasanjo when we were in power. they're talking about the good things Obasanjo did. He did a lot of good things, but all along, Atiku was a snake trying to destroy him all along as his vice president. Nothing could be better described as being treacherous as that. That is his nature. He did the same thing to Goodluck Jonathan. When Jonathan assisted him so much, he betrayed Jonathan in 2015, led 5 governors out of the party. There's nothing Jonathan didn't do to get him to come back. But he ensured the downfall of Jonathan, and that's how President Buhari came in as a consequence of the betrayal of Atiku, of Jonathan by Atiku. Now, isn't it ironic? A number of years later, 5 governors have now also left him in the lurch. They will never go back to him, and they have also responded to him in that way, and he will now lose this election woefully. I could say so many things to you about Atiku Abubakar and about Obi tonight, and I intend to do that because the truth of the matter is that nobody likes to hear the truth in this country about what these people represent. But let me tell you, what is going on is this. It's a choice between light and darkness. Asiwaju presents the light. He is the light. Atiku is the darkness that seeks the darkness. And Obi is something that nobody seems to understand until he will get to power, God forbid. Then you know that IPOB is ruling this country. Why do I say so? Look at the emblem of his beer cans. He sells beer. It is the emblem of IPOB. Why do I say so? In the southeast, when he was governor in Anambra State, no non-Igbo man could own a stall in any of the markets there. As for northerners and deporting northerners out of his state and non-northerners as well. When he was governor of Anambra State, he ensured that Pentecostal Christians could not even build churches there, only Catholics. He discriminated. When he was governor of Anambra State, bodies were floating into Oji River, and allegedly as a consequence of state-sponsored terror, and people were being killed by the authorities on his orders. When he was governor of Anambra State, everybody was on strike. When he was governor of Anambra State, he was using the money, his state government money, to fund his own business. These are the things that Obi stands for. These are the things that Obi did. And that's the man that President Olusegun Obasanjo has just endorsed. It is absolutely nonsensical. Let me also add this. This is a man who has a running mate, one Dati Ahmed, who came out and said that if they were to get to power, he believes that all people that do not share his sexual views, that is to say, people that are homosexual or bisexual, should be killed. That's a very serious thing to say. It's a murderous agenda, which I think is absolutely horrendous and should be condemned by all. This is also a man that is so daft that he couldn't even know what he says half the time. Let me give you one example. He got on television and spoke about Margaret Thatcher, claiming that Margaret Thatcher, the former Prime Minister of the UK, ruled the country in the 50s. She was a member of the Labour Party, and that she helped to establish the unions. Forgetting the fact, or not knowing in his ignorance, that Thatcher ruled the UK in the 80s. Thatcher was a conservative, not a Labour Party member, and Thatcher actually destroyed the unions and the welfare state. That's the kind of quality of people that Obasanjo has just endorsed, and I find that totally unacceptable and utterly disgusting. That is not what Nigeria wants. This is a man, this same Dati Ahmed, who has done so many things and said so many things that are totally inexplicable. A man that when he was asked by Shehu Okumbaloye on Channels Television, what do you have to offer? What is your solution in terms of to fight insecurity in the land? What did he say? I will not tell you. He said it 3 times, but we have a plan. That is the kind of dunce. These are the kind of people that have just been endorsed for the presidency of Nigeria by somebody or by some people. That is a joke. They're not going anywhere. The candidate himself is not going anywhere. The advice is not going anywhere. And Atiku is certainly not going anywhere either. Asiwaju will win this election. They said he had mental problems. They went on TV. They said he's too old. They said he doesn't speak well. They said he's sick. This is a man I just saw speaking earlier on today for no less than about 30 to 40 minutes non-stop, having just come back from out of the country and going every day from different states to different state campaigning, and you tell me that man is sick, and his speech was excellent. So I think it's enough of all these slurs that people are coming out with. Let's look at the individuals concerned. Let's look at their record. Let's look at what they have achieved, and let's judge it on that. Let's stop demonizing and telling lies, and let's stick to the truth. And we will call a spade, that Atiku would be a disaster for Nigeria, Obi would be a disaster for Nigeria, and the only hope that we have today is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.